All right, guys. Looks like I'm live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for spending a couple minutes with me. We're going to go through our recruitment platform and how recruiters can come on and earn up to $250,000 per year doing recruitment through our platform. Okay. And that's just the introductory amount, to be honest with you. That's just going to show you one path on how you would start out, but there's always the ability to compound that money. So, one of the big things about our platform is that it is one of the most advantageous for any loan officer out there that makes your job easier as the recruiter. So, we're going to go through all of that today. All right. All right. So, here we go. One of our competitive advantage lies in offering the best loan officer compensation in the industry. Okay. This advantage makes it effortless for you to demonstrate our value when presenting it to loan officers. So, you know, everything evolves. We're in a constant evolution, right? Um, the way that the business has been done related to compensation and basis points, yield spread premiums, margins has not been advantageous for the loan officer. Naturally, things are going to change, things progress, things get better, right? Hence, Walmart or Amazon, right? We all use these things because pricing, structure, and service get better. Same thing is happening in our industry, and it's starting to happen on the main street level. And that's a lot of what we're bringing to the platform. Okay. So, buckle in, 'cause this is pretty cool. First, starts off with the best LO comp in the industry. You've got to build a company, and this is what we've done, my humble opinion. You've got to build a company from the ground up, looking to give the most benefit to the people that are part of that company. And the individuals that truly drive the business in any mortgage company is the sales staff, it's the loan officers. So we started our company with the idea of how do we put the most amount of money back into these individuals' pockets so they can earn at a level that is equivalent to the hard work that they're doing, right? And it not be a case where they're being taken advantage of. Well, I have your license, you're underneath my sponsorship, so on and so forth. So I'm going to have X amount of margin. Or I'm giving you a draw, so I'm going to take X amount of margin. Or I'm giving you a signing bonus. Well, we know about those. That's the flavor of the month, right? Or was. So I'm going to take X amount of margin and raise your rates. All those things are not beneficial to the loan officer. Okay. They're just tricks, handcuffs. That's what they call them. All right. So let's talk about the simplicity. Simplicity and transparency is the best formula. If you can't understand it, it's a trick, right? It's a trick. If you got this stuff does not need to be complicated. Always find a company or recruiters. You should tell your loan officers out there when they ask the question, "How are you being paid?" I think this, I think that, blah blah. What I expected to get was not what I got. Blah. Okay, opportunity there. Opportunity for them to come to a company that has transparency and simplicity. So what we have here is a flat fee per file. 1250. 1250. That's it. That's it. 1250 is what we're taking out up to the cap out. The cap out is $20,000. So at $20,000, loan officer doesn't pay the corporation anymore. All right. At the end of that $20,000, or when you get to that cap out, that money, that revenue goes back to the loan officer. Okay. So that's 16 files is what that comes out to be. Okay, 16 files. I know I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. So the cap out is at 20,000 annually. So after 16 files, 16 times 1250 equals 20,000, right? And your 17th file, you will not pay that 1250 anymore. That's for the loan officer. Okay, that's what you as the recruiter could go tell the loan officer. So let's talk a little bit about what we offer. So our structure, we're non-delegated, okay, with 18 plus non-delegated partners. We're also wholesale. So we broker with 80 plus partners on that end. There's not a product. There's not a program. There's not pricing comparison. This is the best dynamic for you to be in. Partially because we are so strong on the non-delegated side, So that's where the difference is. You won't see some of that, some of the other lenders that you might consider, or some of the other brokers that you might consider, Edge, Nexa, eMortgage Capital, C2 Financial, Nextdoor, Swift. You will not see the non-delegated structure that we have at Client Direct Mortgage. That's extremely advantageous for those of you that are coming from retail, right? Because you still want that structure, but at the same time, you want the plus side of product diversity, right? So our differentiation, right? So you want to have all that broker strength as well. Nowhere can you get both sides. We're the only ones that have that true hybrid. Please, if you're at any of those other companies, let's do the Pepsi and Coke challenge. I love to get you on my webinar next, right? Podcast. Let's do it. So we are the only ones that have built up the platform. And what it mainly comes down to, the ability to do disclosures and have the technological infrastructure in place. We use Salesforce, Meridian Link, Doc Magic. We have all that stuff in place. A lot of these other places don't. So that's really what it comes down to. We're going to talk about that later. Conventional, going back, you guys know the deal. Free credit reports. Big. No. Big is not right. Enormous. Free credit reports have been negotiated through some of our vendors, from some of our lender relationships. So they're expensive as hell, let's be honest, right? A lot of people are either passing on to the consumer, or you're paying for it yourself, trying to figure it out. Come over here, let us take care of it for you. Rapid rescores. One of our partners, and this is Rocket. Rocket's doing these things. Rocket will take care of the credit reports for us and take care of the rapid rescores, which is absolutely amazing because you can't charge the rapid rescore back to the client. And the rapid rescore is at $125, give or take, per credit bureau, right? Per trade line. So you're talking about a rapid rescore that runs across three credit bureaus, one trade line. If you got to do two, you're up there $400, $500, $600, $700. What? And you can't charge it back to the client? Come over here and allow us to open up business for you. That opens up more opportunity. If you're trying to do a conventional loan, you're at $599. First of all, we pulled the credit, your client or you didn't pay for it. Second of all, send it up through rapid rescore and let's find out what we got to do to get it up to a 620 at least. Okay, and then boom, we have a deal, and we're doing all that for you, even covering the cost. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Okay, EPO waivers. That's another big one. Now, we're Pinnacle partners. So certain partners, we're not going to pay EPOs. Now, we're not going to tell you, follow me here. We're not going to tell you don't have to pay EPOs. We'll put it in writing. We'll actually put it in writing saying you do not pay EPOs, not a handshake and say you don't pay EPOs unless I decide you pay EPOs one day. So big difference there. We're one of the only partners out of all those that I named that holds true, 100% true. So again, make sure you're really paying attention. Recruiters, when you're talking to these individuals, make sure you're discerning between what these values and benefits truly are. Because our benefits, I'm telling you, sometimes they seem like they're similar, but when you peel back, you don't even have to peel back that many layers. You peel back one layer, two layers, you start to see why. No, this is a lot different, and a lot better over here. Okay. Let's talk about the nice round number of $250,000. I decided, everything's about, a lot of things. We all need money. We live in a capitalist society. So it's good to come up with a plan. You always want to plan our goal to work towards. So what I've done here is say, hey, let's make the marker $250,000 for a full-time recruiter. And let's see how we get there. Okay. All right. So how do we earn that? And that's basically what we've broken down right here. Now, the LO pays the flat fee. You already know that. We covered it earlier. Okay. $1,250, right? On the first 16 deals. All right. So they're going to pay the $20,000. We got that part established. We got step one established. Of that $1,250, you as the recruiter, I am going to give you, okay, on all 16 of those deals, $250. So $250 of the $1,250 will go to you as the recruiter each year, right? That person under your umbrella. Okay. So each LO you recruit you will make $4,000. Why? 16, remember they only pay 16 loans. So after 16, number 17, I'm not being paid, you're not being paid, not even a recruiter. They get all the money back. The LO does. Rightfully so. Okay. We got our portion and the rest is going to go to them. And when they close more loans, they're going to reap the benefit of being at client direct mortgage, right? They're going to reap the benefit of you sending them over here. But for the first 16, you're going to make that $250 per loan or $4,000 annually. Okay. $4,000 annually. Now, let me tell you how it's been. Okay, Ramon, that sounds good. You know, how's it working? So I will never ask anybody to do anything I won't do myself. That goes for calling leads. That goes for, I am in the, you see the weeds down there? Like the weeds, I'm in the dirt with the earthworms of the weeds. That's how deep I get. Fingernails, all dirty, right? So I've done this exact thing. I've gone out and started targeting loan officers, talking to them. In my Salesforce right now, I have 22 high intent. That's the status. We call it high intent. There's all kind. There's new, attempting contact, contacted, right? Delayed interest, not interested. Then there's high intent, right? And then relationship. Those are all the statuses. I did a good job. That's the whole thing across it's called a chevron in our Salesforce. So the chevron, for those of you who are into the CRM language. So in my chevron, I've taken them all the way. New, attempting contact, contacted, all the way to high interest. So these individuals have expressed to me what I consider high interest. And when I say high interest there, that means that we've had an in-depth conversation about the money that they're making, the money that they could make. They have a 70+% probability of coming over to our company. The only reason they aren't at our company is could be like one of like a couple of reasons. Number one, their pipeline, they're still closing out loans. That's reason number one. Reason number two, they are under some kind of time requirement from money that they took, a bonus, right? So they have these handcuffs on them and they don't expire. Some of them are like, I have people expiring all the way from, I think, November of this upcoming year on back, right? So those things are starting to expire for the guys that did, like, I'm noticing some people got a whole year. They're not even in my high intent. They're just in contacted. If you're that far out, we just got to stay in touch. But if you're within the 6-month period where you might be coming over to us, then you could be in high intent. So all this is built in our Salesforce too. So we kind of like, I mean, and you could have access to this as well if you so choose. So this is not just a run of the mill, hey, go find me somebody, send them over to me. This is a well thought out strategy from the foundational infrastructure of how we built this company, all the way to how the recruiter would work on a day-to-day basis, accounting for the individuals that they are talking to and the prospective loan officers that may come to this company, right? And I came with that off the top. That's just an explanation of what we put together. That's how great it is, right? And I only say it's great because we put in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears to bring the absolute best platform for these loan officers and the recruitment team out there, the recruitment individuals. I need you to help me get that message out. That's what this is about. All right. So let's do this is going to be amazing. When you really do the math and think about it from my perspective, it's the right way. It's not only the right way, it's the future. Forget all that high margin. I'm going to take this from them. They're only going to make 90. No, man, you can't do that. That's the old way. That's the old way. We had a revolution in the mortgage industry with these interest rates, right? We had COVID first, then we had these highest interest rates. Things have changed. People have left the market. We are in a new day. We are building from the ground up again within the mortgage industry. So let's build it right. Let's build it with the loan officer, the salesperson, the person engaged in the community. Let's build it with them at the center of the strategy and idea and do best by them. Okay, that's the idea. That's what I need for everybody to start thinking. And it's a psychological change because that's not the way it's been, to be perfectly honest with you. But I'm telling you, if you do it that way, it's going to be more fruitfulness for everyone involved. Now, we won't have all those layers of manager, this person getting paid, that person getting paid. It's a redistribution of how the money will flow, but a lot of it's going to flow to the loan officer, and then you're going to get your ample amount too as the recruiter. Okay. So if you build your team at 63 LOs, you earn $252,000 annually. 63 times $4,000. Drum roll, please. 250. Okay. You only need 63 people. You only need 63 people. Out of those 22 people that I'm talking to, I told you about earlier, all of them do at least 20 deals a year. I mean, to interact with me as a loan officer, you have to do at least 20 deals a year for me to recruit you in, right? My suggestion is I'm a big data guy. I'm a technology, I'm a data, I'm a mortgage. That's what I am. Okay. There are over 100 and something thousand loan officers that are doing 20 plus deals per year. Okay. There is a big pool of these individuals out there getting demolished on their compensation. I mean, it's so crazy when I sit up and do the pricing analysis with these guys. The compensation and pricing analysis is what I do. In many cases, they are making 2 to 3 times the amount of money that they would make at our company as opposed to the company they're at. For example, talked to this guy the other day. When he closes the loan, he brings home just under $2,000. With us, he'd bring home just under $6,000. It's it's bananas. It's crazy. You know, he can't wait to get out of his handcuffs because he did take some money up front. So that's the the game, if you will. But he's done next month. So he's coming over. Okay, so you get it. 63. 63 is nothing. We provide you the data. We'll help you identify those individuals. We use MMI. Okay. Rocket has a wonderful deal with MMI. They have the MMI is the cheapest out of any platform out there or any place where you can go out and purchase it through Rocket. Rocket has negotiated an amazing deal on MMI. And we also use Modex, which is a more expensive avenue, but we use that as well. So we have both sides where we can kind of like identify the individuals. We email them. Some people might be on the call on this call because they got an email. But anyway, you get to keep the individual for 36 months. So for 36 months from when they come in, you will get paid on them. You don't get paid into eternity. Not like, oh, I need to find 63 people and I'm set for life. So that's not the case. You get 3 years. 3 years. So 4,000, 4,000, 4,000. So you still got to do some work in recruiting new people once you get to your 63. All right. How it works. So you're a remote sales team member, simple. You're building your LO, and we could provide you everything you need. We could provide you. We use these different systems, email LOs, Modex, Jazz HR. That's our application management system. That's how they apply applications, send out contracts. Everything is done through there. We track the LOs through Salesforce. These two, again, I told you already, Modex and MMI. Time is money. Time is money, my friends. That's how I became a top originator when I realized I need to make sure that I'm spending my time talking to people that it can end up in an income producing activity. So we always, always, always will target. Don't talk without targeting. Okay. For you guys, it's 6 loans. Right now I'm taking people that still have 6 loans. They can still come into the company. I talk to people that have 20. But 6 loans or more, I would suggest they have at least that. If they don't have that, then they're probably not ready for our company just yet. Additional loan officer benefits. We have business development program. We provide leads. So this is for more. This is just like more stuff outside of the compensation. This is just like more stuff that we do. Again, I was a top originator for many years. Did hundreds of millions of dollars. #1 in refinance, 2017, 2018. Just multiple accolades through the years. And all that stuff, all that knowledge, all that subject matter knowledge, I put into our platform, our systems, our programs, etc. So every loan officer gets to take advantage of that. Our platform is better than any retailer out there. It's all the same. It's Meridian Link LOS. It's the Salesforce CRM, Salesforce POS, pricing engine. The whole thing is there. The whole thing is there. You're not losing anything. We have in-house processing, but we'll also allow you to use your contract processors if you want. We have an infrastructure where they can get hired on. A processor can get hired on and be a contract processor for your for your loan. So we have a process for that. Every Monday is onboarding and training. So that's done through some self-paced. So you have Trainual, right? You have a knowledge base where you have a bunch of videos, information, everything you need to do in this business. This is for the loan officer. I'm speaking for the loan officer. So recruiters, I know, listen to me as though I'm talking to the loan officer, then you're repeating some of the things that I'm saying, the things that we have. So it's not, the knowledge base is not for the recruiters to recruit. The knowledge base is for the loan officers, and it has everything in there, from information about payroll to how to email AEs to pricing scenario help to opening the tickets. If I have a problem logging into my credit vendor, I mean, everything under the sun is there. We coach. We have great coaching programs. Rocket has a great coaching program. Next week, where we have 40 of us, I think, 25, 30, 40. There's a bunch of us going out to Detroit. We're going to go out to Detroit. We're going to learn a bunch of stuff. We're going to see what's new, what's cutting edge. It's exciting. So we do that once every 2 months. So that's great. Once every 2 months, once every 3 months, we go out and we go learn about the new stuff coming out. And we're doing some real cool stuff. Can't say everything that we're doing, but it's going to be some surprises when we get out there. But anyway, all right. So that pretty much wraps it up. If you have any questions whatsoever, do not hesitate to email me directly. This is a great opportunity. We're bringing an extreme amount of value. The loan officers that you speak to as a recruiter will appreciate the fact that you've presented what we have put together here. Okay. So you guys get out there, get after it, talk to individuals. I need you guys. I need that recruitment community. I need that community because we put together something extra special. If you embrace what we put together and we deliver this to the loan officer, we are all going to win. I promise you. Thanks a lot. Looking forward to talking to many of you, and have a glorious rest of the week.